Hello and welcome to Chapter 2 of our saga. Last time, through observation and intel, we discovered a pirate clan in our corner of space. They appear to be more advanced than us, which suggests that they were not affected by the great forgetting which has befallen our species. Upon learning this, we immediately sent our engineers back to the drawing board to ensure that our orbital assets are better defended against the inevitable aggression that will surely come. We also put in plans motion to increase our research capacity so we may develop more formidable weaponry for our ships and bases. We must send out explorers to see what other dangers lurk in the depths of space. It is now time to source out more materials and refit everything with this danger in mind. Okay, so let's get building some stuff and retrofitting. First thing we need is our orbital labs. So we're going to build those right above our homeworld. There's a station right there, right underneath our spaceport. Speaking of spaceports, let's retrofit that to a regional port. Okay, so that's done. Next thing I want to do is zoom out a little bit here. So I guess there's no fuel here. There is fuel in here, but we don't have a station on it, I guess. So where is that? Yeah, here it is. This is our research station, so I'm just going to retire that immediately. I don't need it, so we'll get rid of that. And where is the fuel? It says there's fuel in there, didn't it? I'm missing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's a fuel station. I just deleted the research station off it, I guess. Yeah, so we might want to rebuild that at some point, but for now we're just going to go without it. But yeah, that'll be our first build with our construction ships for sure. And we don't have any luxuries, so I'm going to actually... we have a gas giant here that's got the hydrogen on it. I'm hoping there's helium around. That's a problem. Helium. There is helium, okay. Okay, it's right there. Okay, good. So we got helium in our home system, which is a good thing. So fuel is nearby. Okay, let's go in and retrofit our mining stations right away. This will give us some money too, because the private sector will pay us to do this. Let's retrofit those. Sometimes that button gets grayed out. You just got to reselect. So we're going to... These are just gas miners. There's no fuel under either one, and there's no luxuries under either one either. So we'll just go with a gas extractor design. So we'll retrofit those. And we don't have any luxuries. I already know that because we looked through our planner here, and we're not mining any. So we don't have any. So all of these are safe to retrofit to simple orbital miners. Okay, so all those are done. And if we just hit the space bar, you'll see that we have a little bit more money to spend now. And the pirates are already trying to get it from us. Typical pirates. Okay, so let's look at our ships. What do we start with as far as construction ships? 1. Yeah, the AI starts with like half a dozen on extreme levels, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to take you off automation and get you retrofitted. And then I'm going to come in here and go to our exploration ships. We have 3 of them. We'll have to build some more of those right away. So I'm going to retrofit those to our surveyors. And I'm going to come down to military. Our whopping 3 ships. So I'm going to retrofit you to our Guardian. I'm going to retrofit our frigate to the Violator. And retrofit our destroyer to the Ranger. Okay. And I'm also going to... put you guys in a fleet, and this will be the beginning of our, I'm just going to call it Zuma reserves. So basically any new ships I build will go directly into this fleet, and then we'll pick from this fleet to build other other fleets. So basically they go in here, let the shields build and everything, sit around homeworld for a bit, and then we pick them out and use them elsewhere. I find if you just build a bunch of ships, throw them in a new fleet, and then take the fleet off to do stuff, half of them don't have the shield, some of them aren't fueled, blah, blah, blah. So it's always a good idea to have sort of an interim place for them to go. Okay, so that's that, that's that. I think we're pretty much ready to fire this thing up. Yeah. One thing I do want to do is build some explorers right off the bat. Now, I want to make sure I keep at least 15, 20 grand in money to build our first mining stations. And speaking of which, maybe I'll build the construction ships first, and then we can see how much money we'll have left after that. Okay, so we have one. I want at least 3 more of these. But I would actually like the other one to get in for retrofit first. I wonder if that's worth waiting for, or should I just queue that up? Well, let's build our explorers then. Of course, hit the wrong button. We want construction yards. And exploration ships, they cost 1,700 apiece, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to purchase 6 more, 7 more. That gives us 10 total. And I should still have enough money to get our construction ships. And I'm just going to leave those unautomated. I'm not going to take direct control of those. They can just buzz around and do what they need. I'll interrupt any that I need to go do specific things, but I think we'll do that for the beginning. So we'll wait till this construction ship gets into the queue, and then we'll add a couple more. And the private sector is going to kick up here in a sec too, and give us a bit more money anyway. So all right. And I'm not going to be running at 4x or anything. I tend to miss way too many things at that speed. So the way I'm going to save you guys time is doing some editing with the footage. So if there's any dead spots where I'm not saying anything or nothing's going on, I'll probably just completely cut that out. Okay, so there's our construction ship here. And I'm going to add 3 more. That'll give us 4 total. And then I'm going to add a colony ship right after. I wonder if 4 is enough. I do have money for a bit more, but I want to keep money for our first mining stations too. I've run into the problem where I've spent all my money and then couldn't build our fuel. So I want to be careful I don't do that. Colony ship costs 8 grand. Okay, I'm going to put the colony ship in the queue later. I'm not going to spend that money right now until we get the private sector cash going. Okay, so there we go. Off and running. Alright, there's our first round of explorers. They'll probably just sit here for a minute before taking off. Oh no, there they go. They're off and running already. Now, what we have to do is keep an eye out for what they're doing, because they're not the best at approaching abandoned ships and stuff, and I want to find some nice juicy battleships right off the bat if we can. Okay, there's our escorts done, and our private sector has kicked in. So I'm just going to pause and come in and get our... I'm going to throw 1 more constructor, and then I'm going to throw a colony ship at the end of that. Colony ships take forever. So that's why I'm building everything else first. And yeah, there we go. There was their enhanced construction speed, 750. I think 600 is standard. So, all right. And a research station is done. Zuma base. I think I would like to rename that. We'll just say the Zuma Star Lab, just so I know what we're looking at. If we pop in here, this still has to be retrofitted, so those 90s will go away, but it'll leave us with 120 across the board, and then if we want to spike anything, we'll do that later. And 25% from the Republic government style. Excellent. This number is going to go up very slowly, only because this number is going up very slowly. So, and let's grab our homeworld reserves and assign you to homeworld. And we'll set your posture to defend, and you will defend our home system. So that's how we sort of automate our fleets and all that good stuff. So I don't know if there's any new players to the game, but I'm going to try to explain a bit of what I'm doing. But I have other series on the channel that explain all that stuff. So, okay, there's our spaceport, which needs to be renamed actually. And do that right away. This is the Zuma spaceport. Okay, and that reminds me actually, I renamed these planets if there's anything on them. No, okay. I might have had to rename the mining stations as well, but it doesn't look like we're needing to do that. And we got our first construction ship. That retrofit is done, so let's get in here and get our fuel. So, now one thing to notice about separating out your designs is you can't just use these buttons down here, or it's just going to give you the latest design that you made. And similarly, you can't use, what is it, just, there's another button here somewhere that, oh, this screen here. Yeah, you can't just select something and then hit this, because it'll just utilize whatever the latest design is, which is not quite what we want. We want a specific design. We want the fuel extractor on this. This one right here. So we're going to do that. And yeah, it's a bit of a pain to have these separated. You have to really watch what you're doing when you're building and when you're retrofitting especially. So, and I'm just going to come into these and take the automation off those. I don't want those building anything I don't want. So I'm just going to do that here quickly. Fortunately, when they're building, this is the only way to do this. Is double click on the name and then come in and do that. They don't show up in any other lists anywhere. And the A key doesn't work or anything like that. So, okay, so off and running again. And we have another construction ship done. You are going to come get our helium, which I believe was where, up here? No, it was in our home system. It's over here. All right, Galactic Spirit. Build a gas extractor. We don't need the extra storage or docking bays on this. And we've met our first empire. Keterovs, the Keterov Alliance. And they naturally like us, and they respect our good reputation. And we're new to each other, so there's a certain amount of distrust. And yeah, look at this. GDP 390. That's what the AI starts with on extreme level, where we start with like 115. Huge disadvantage. Yeah. We're going to be a little bit catching up, I think. Okay, so from that screen I was able to see this. And it's damaged, not very useful to us, so we'll just move on, I guess. But yeah, I like to stick out here and keep an eye on things while we're exploring, just in case we do come across some abandoned stuff. Like I said, the AI isn't very good at approaching some of it, so we'll keep an eye on it. And I just noticed we got another ship ready. Okay, so let's come in and have a look and see what we need. The lithium we don't need right away. It's not useful for anything we're building right now, so we can skip over that. Krypton. Missiles we don't have. Tractor beams we don't have, so we can probably skip over that for now. Kevlar we're getting. Iridium we have. Polymer. Make sure we find some polymer. Ooh, there we go. The lithium on that one, 78% or 96. I guess we'll go for this one. Okay, so we grab our dubious luxury, and we will build an orbital miner. No luxury, so don't need a lux miner. So there we go. And we'll carry on. Ooh, lots of stuff in this one. Good. Nice and close. Oh, something in here. Must be Keterov. Nope, pirate. It is a pirate mining station. with a Kelter beside it. Well, good luck with that, guys. And we have Hakonic in the area. Have a look at them for a sec. 503. Oh, wow. And they have better spies. Speaking of which, let's get our spy out. Maybe find out where the Ketera... Ooh. They both have better spies. Well, I think I'll take the better spies by 10%. We really would like to be friends with these guys, because this better spies by 50% can mess you up. Their sabotage skills can just decimate all your mining. I found that out in another game, so we kind of want to try and be as friendly as possible with them. We don't want to be ticking them off, so hopefully we can get some agreements. But maybe we'll see where the Hakonish are. We'll risk our intelligence agent here. I think we'll get another one spawned fairly quick. I think in the early game they do respawn fairly quick if you lose one. I think that was kind of hard-coded in the game, but I could be wrong. So let's find out where the Hakonish are. We'll find a territory map. 87, not bad, but I'm not holding a whole lot of hope here. And it's going to tick them off a little bit if we get caught, but shouldn't be too bad. And there's another construction ship, so let's see what else we need here. So I found polymer. I think right off the bat I'm going to go and find some chromium. And we do have some. Excellent. And we have some here with a luxury and some gold. 73%, 78%. I think I like this one a little bit. Let's sort by distance here. Yeah, same distance, I guess. Okay, well, let's go with this one. We'll put a Lux miner on this one, though. And we'll go with a Lux miner. Okay. One more construction ship to come. Oh, and we have a colonizable planet in there. The one we're building on. Ooh, it's kind of small. Saw the 98 and got excited, but that shouldn't be too bad regardless. So we'll have to, maybe we'll bring our first colony ship down there. And sort of open up this area a bit for us too. So with that in mind, I guess we're going to need a couple of troop transports. And I'm going to fleet those up. Notice I haven't been building a whole lot of ships yet, just because we're still trying to establish our resources here. So I'm being very lean for the moment. And hopefully we don't run into any problems over that. So I'm going to go new fleet. And we will view the fleet. And we'll rename you to the first invasion force, even though we're not really invading, but just shunting troops basically. And speaking of troops, we better build a few more. Yeah, we'll maybe just build the 6 we need for that little mission. I could probably wait a bit. That colony ship is going to be a little bit of time, so but, at least we'll have everything ready to go when we want to go grab that. But yeah, so we got one sector colonization range, which gives us out to about here. So that'll open up a lot more for us, and hopefully nobody's right close to us here. And we got our last construction ship done. And we have Artilus in the area. Lovely. Those are always nice to see. Those things travel from system to system, so... what should we get? Should I do maybe... what do we got for that resort there? Resort locations, that one. 10% bonus or 43 scenery. I might just grab that right away. So for this situation, we only have the one design for the space hotel, so we can probably just hit this button and hopefully it gets assigned to him, and it does. Okay. Black holes are tricky. I find sometimes right-clicking and build here or whatever will get your construction ship sucked into the black hole and you lose your construction ship. So I find that's the safest way to build it, those, is to use that button. And we got space slugs going on. And as you can see, our cash flow is already sucking the big one. Typical Monte game. Okay, there's our troop transports done. Don't really need them yet, but at least they're finished. And we have one mining station that's stalled because of shortages. Lead. But hopefully somebody's bringing that. Transport lead. There you go. And here's our friendly neighborhood, or unfriendly neighborhood pirates, I guess. And they look like raiders, which are kind of tricky to deal with, but that's actually pretty cheap. There is an argument of actually paying them, and they will to a point protect your private sector stuff, but I don't think we're really in a position to do that, so I'm just going to say no thanks to that for now. And let's see how powerful they are at the moment. I think it was these guys. It's the only pirate we know, so they got 11 ships, 405 firepower. And they are indeed raiders, so a little trickier to deal with, but oh, hang on, pause. We got a ruin in here which you did not explore. So I'm going to interrupt you to come back in here and do that. So I'm going to say move. Ooh, that's why you didn't do it. I wonder if it's worth. Oh, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens here. And I see we have Keterovs down in this area. What kind of planets do Keterovs want? That might be an issue. We're a continental, and I think Keterovs are continental as well. We might be competing for planets here, which is not a good thing. Marshy Swamp, okay. Okay, so we're not going to be competing for planet types. What about, who's the other one? Hakonish. I think they're Marshy Swamp as well, if I recall. Okay, let's see how we're making out here. Get close enough to do this. That Artemis. There we go. The exalted city of Remen. It's the exalted city of the minor, or the major. We have discovered this city, and we'll investigate. And it gives us maps of 9 surrounding systems. Okay. One thing I do when I find a rune is I rename the star just to indicate that I've looked at that rune. So I'm going to come into the editor quickly, double click, and we'll just add a quick symbol to that. Well, you've seen me do that before, but it just shows that I already explored that rune. It's kind of hard to see on that background, but yeah, it just indicates to me that I've looked at that rune. I don't need to come back and look at it again. Probably not so critical in this game, because I don't think I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to be rune chasing at all. We're only playing for 50 years, so I don't know. We might play beyond that if things are going kind of cool. But that's the plan anyways, 50 years. Space slugs, space slugs. Oh, and we have a construction ship done. Okay, so I think we have our fuel now. And we do. Excellent. Okay, I would prefer fuel in our home system, but I guess we'll take what we can get. Tiberius we don't need. Krypton, what do we need that for? Concussion missiles. Some hyperdrive stuff, which I don't think applies to us at the moment, so we can probably skip that resource. Osalia, don't need that either. Chromium we got coming. Aculon. Medical centers, okay. That might be one worth getting, but we'll see what else we got to get here. Silicon, ooh, yeah, let's go for silicon. That's an important one. Oh, silicon with a luxury. Okay, go there. And we will build a Lux miner on that. All right. Okay, another construction ship done. I don't know what we're looking at as far as priorities at this point. We got an extra stone. What else do we have that we're missing? We got silicon coming, chromium coming. Tiberius, I don't think we need right away. Nope. Polymer. Did I have polymer coming? I think I do. Okay, well, let's do this. We'll just sort by distance and see what's closest to us. Oop, more fuel there. Yeah, let's grab another fuel. So we'll grab you, and we'll build a fuel extractor on this. All right. And that's pretty close too, so that's excellent. Oh, you've completed your mission. I forgot to re-automate you after that. So off you go. Oh, there's that pirate base. Oh, and we see a ruin in here. So let's come in and have a quick look. And there's a slug by it. Oh, move there, and remember to put you back on automate. Yeah, we don't know anything about this place yet. Yep, got to keep an eye out here because there's stuff that we definitely want to pick up if we see it. Ah, here we go. Yeah, the Keterovs are down in that area. We have found the Grand Library at Mirth Junction. And from our inspection, we can see that the ruins are on the wall of a rocky canyon, and we will investigate. Lost Colony location revealed. In the ruin of the Grand Library, we found a data core containing the coordinates of a lost colony. The colony can be found at the moon Asarg in the Ricto system in sector I-8. That's actually pretty close. We should try to colonize this location or claim this colony. Yeah, we'd only have to approach it. Okay. Go to event location. That's this. Okay, pause. So I-8, let's go have a look. Where is that? Ooh. Okay, where's our closest explorer? I guess that's you. You are going to come down and explore that system. And I'm going to leave it off automation to remind me to come in just in case he doesn't trigger that. That one might have been closer. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, lost colonies are actually pretty good. They got quite a bit of population. So let's come into Homeworld for a sec. I just want to check our cargo levels here. Looks like we're still doing pretty good. Where's helium? Uh-oh. I think we're out of helium. We are out of helium. We do have some coming. Actually, it should be in our home system. We do have a construction ship done too. Maybe we'll get another source of that. Helium. Tiberius. Argon. Ooh, more fuel. I'll go for more fuel. And we will put a fuel extractor on this. Fuel is always good. If you find it, grab it. Okay, where'd you go? One thing I better do right off the bat is grab our drop ships and get some troops down here. Oops. Grab our invasion force. And we'll get you to load troops. And I might get him just to sit at the sun for a minute until that fleet is on its way. I don't, depending on what's on it, I don't want them rebelling and leaving my empire right away. Yeah, what's that? Who is that? Hakonish. The Hakonish are over here. Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, how long for that colony ship? We need to get that as soon as possible here. 40% done. Yeah, that's getting kind of... we can't tell yet. What's our spy doing? You're due back on 2051-08. So 4 more months. And we'll be able to tell if that colony... we might lose that colony if they expand out a bit. And that brings Chapter 2 of our saga to a close. We're in pretty good shape. We haven't experienced any shortages yet. We found a lost colony which we are trying to claim, and we found another colonizable planet. We just have to make sure we beat the Hakonish to it. So, if you enjoyed the episode, please join us next time as we continue to explore out and see what else we can find in our corner of space. Thanks for watching.